Hi everyone, hope you're keeping safe and well. It's been a while since I've done a little video. I was feeling a bit better today. Today's been one of my better days, so I just thought I'd check in with you all. Sorry, I look a mess, but it's a damn sight better than what I did look, so I'm taking it. It's been really hard. I'm not gonna lie. I've been there before, and although this wasn't me suffering from an eating disorder and being hospitalised, the whole experience brought a hell of a lot of stuff back. And sort of having those pains, and then, I wasn't even going to ring 111 for God's sake, because I just thought, I'll be fine, and I just wasn't listening to my body. I'd not been well for a long time, but I just kept going because that's just the way I am. And Seed has had massive blows recently, and I just wanted to make sure we kept going, but by doing so I stopped. Not that the stress and everything made me ill, but it certainly didn't help. And obviously, finding out that my kidneys were at 8% function has been a shock to the system, to say the least, to think that I nearly wasn't here. I'm still undergoing lots of tests, so I won't go into too much detail about that because I am still very much in it and processing it all, and also waiting for answers as to why the milk alkali syndrome came about, and why my kidneys decided to start poisoning me. But what I do want to talk about is the experience of, being in hospital in terms of the edema that happened. So edema is where your body, it's part of like refeeding, or say if you've been malnourished, and for example with those who are affected by eating disorders, and everybody, it's not just those who have struggled with being underweight and anorexia, because as we know, you can be anorexic and normal healthy weight, you can be any weight. But my point is that when the refeeding happens, for some people, they get edema, where the body sort of bloats up with water retention. And I was pumped through with, I think it was 18 litres of water solution and saline, and also potassium slurry, because my potassium was severely low, my calcium was life-threateningly high, and my kidneys weren't working. So all of that fluid, literally day in, day out, you can imagine my body, and just when my stomach and my thighs and my face was just like I've been beaten up. It was horrendous. But it struck me that, one time a day, if that had happened whilst I was in the thick of an eating disorder, that would have absolutely, and used to, and did, totally freak me out. And that's why, the whole, sometimes the way people do the refeeding, I don't necessarily agree with, but that's for another day. But I know that for many people out there, that process of the water retention and the refeeding and what happens to the body can be really, really scary. Really scary, and feel like the eating disorder is going to come back tenfold because of the way the body looks and what you're not comfortable with. But one thing that struck me, because I'm human, 1 minute I'm sort of, I've lost a lot of weight with whatever's going on, and it's all making sense now, the sickness, losing weight, headaches, the diarrhea, all of it. It's just been, sorry, I was a bit gross, it's just been, every single day has felt like a struggle, but again, I ignored it. But looking down and seeing my body change completely from being totally malnourished, not that I was happy with that either, because I wasn't, because I felt horrendous, but that to then looking down and looking in the mirror and going, what's happened, was really, really, really tough. But the way that I got through it was I kept thinking, if my body needs to do this to keep me alive, you crack on. Now, I don't know if that helps, but anybody out there whose body is changing, please remember it's a process. It's a way of your body saving you and healing. And if you can try and rationalise it, like I often talk about, remember the rational lens? So like whenever I'm being stupid, well, you know, I'm always stupid, but whenever I'm being like irrational, I kind of like metaphorically put my rational lens on and like look at it. Like there is no way I could have put on however much weight I felt I'd put on overnight. It's fluid, it is there to save me, it is there to help me, and it is there to protect me. So any time you are facing those changes in your body when you're going through the recovery period, I'm basically saying, I know it's a really, really scary place to be. And you are not alone, but if there's one tip I can give you, it's to just keep focusing on the beauty of the body when it works, and how even when you're struggling and feel like you can't fight anymore, your body is still fighting for you. And that is your rational to keep pushing. And the other thing that I kept thinking of when I was in hospital, I just kept thinking, I have been through this. I can do this. And for anybody out there who hasn't been through it, you have more resilience and strength than you give yourself credit for. You don't have to have a dramatic, experience to sometimes feel pain, because with an eating disorder and mental health issues as a whole, there is that pain, and sometimes it's not physically seen, which is why it's so important to protect and talk and nurture and reach out when that pain is there. So yeah, I don't know if that made any sense, but take one day at a time, trust the process, try to remember to put your rational lens on and look at your evidence pot, and try to remember these words, you've got this, and it'll be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. You matter. We want you here with us. And if your body is challenging you with that, keep remembering my words. It is acting to protect you. And it's protecting you because you're precious and you're loved and you're worthy of life, to thrive and not just survive. Okay. Oh, it was really nice to do a little video. I might do another one soon. Because I need to update you on all the funding stuff as well, but I'll save that for another day. For now, I'll shut up. That was 8.5 minutes. I'm so sorry. But I'm sending you all the love in the world. Keep safe. I will too, I promise. I am taking things one day at a time, steady as she goes, and my boundaries are firmly present. All right. Lots of love.